What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. I'm once again joined by Tyler. We are back for another video in our Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order community series, a community series that airs every single Tuesday on our channel. This is the final official kind of community series weekly video that we're doing on the game. The game comes out this Friday. Tyler and I are both getting it. We'll be playing it. There'll be videos covering this game over the weekend as well as through next week. So if you guys are into Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and you're getting the game, even if you're not getting the game, there'll be, spoiler-free videos. There'll be videos that spoil some things, but we'll have loads of Jedi Fallen Order content on the channel throughout this week and into next week. So lots of stuff coming. Now, we've made videos in the past, and they've done very, very well, where we've kind of compared this game, Jedi Fallen Order, to other Star Wars games. We talked about, will it be better than The Force Unleashed? We talked about, could this be a game of the year? And you guys seem to really, really enjoy those videos. And I guess I should start this off by saying, when we're recording this, the reviews are not out. Now, again, this video comes out on a Tuesday. The game comes out on Friday. It's possible that the reviews are also still not out. That could be a little worrisome. Normally, the longer reviews have to be out before the game comes out is the more confidence the company has in it. So maybe EA is hiding something with this game. Still, Tyler and I have talked a lot about just how good pretty much this game is and how good we're kind of feeling about this game. We feel pretty positive in this game overall. So like I said, in this video, we've talked about The Force Unleashed. Now, I'd say the Star Wars genre in general of games, there's a lot of positive games out there. There's the original Battlefront games, which were fantastic. There was Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 from BioWare. There was a lot of really, really good ones, and there were some, mediocre ones. Kind of before EA got the license to Star Wars, it was the Wild West of Star Wars. Anybody could make a Star Wars game if they chose, and while, yeah, there were multiple Star Wars games a year, which I loved, and I think we should get back to that, even though, to finish the story, it kind of did result in a lot of games not being very good at all. That's just kind of what happens, and just allowing that freedom of anybody to make these games is kind of what resulted in, firstly, very, very different Star Wars games from each other, which now we're finally getting from Jedi Fallen Order to Battlefront, but also, kind of a difference of really, really good games and really, really bad games. People will always have their favorite Star Wars game. I was never really a Knights of the Old Republic guy. I never really played that game that much. For me, it was more the original Battlefront games and Force Unleashed. When I look at Jedi Fallen Order, I keep saying this literally every single week, the game looks really good. And it's just incredible to me where I've come from June, where I literally made a video talking about why it looks really disappointing and it doesn't look good. Like, flat out, it didn't look good. That was based off of the, that 2-minute or 1-minute trailer that they showed, and then at E3, when they finally showed gameplay, I was not impressed. It did not look to me very good at all. Then we kind of found out over the summer, like, hey, they didn't even show the good parts. Like, it's more like traversal and figuring out how you want to do it. Like, it's very, they didn't even say the words, but it was very Uncharted, God of War-like. And now we started to see that in more extended gameplay clips. So, to me, the game it truly does have everything I think it needs to be one of the better story-driven, like, single-player experience Star Wars games. I know people love the Knights of the Old Republic games. I mean, just because of how big those games are in general, and it's, choose your own adventure, basically, if you want to be good or be bad. This game doesn't really, I kind of almost would say it's not even fair to compare them, because they're both different genres. Yes, they're Star Wars games, but they're different genres of Star Wars games. Same thing with even the Battlefront games, new and old, the EA or the DICE ones and the older ones. Is it really fair? They're both very, very different games. I think you play each kind of Star Wars game, each one of these, for different reasons. I think this can, if you don't want to compare them, I would still tell you that just by looking at it, and I could be getting way too high on this, and then I play it on Friday, and it's like, oh, it's just it's a good game. There's nothing terribly wrong with it. There's nothing amazing about it. It's solid. So I could be working myself up for nothing, basically, but I think the game has everything it needs. Respawn has never told the greatest stories in the world, but I do have confidence in the story. I think they're hiding a lot of, special things about it, maybe some surprises in store. So I think the story can be, shockingly good, where a lot of people aren't expecting it. And then in terms of gameplay, in terms of those kind of mechanics, we've already seen people say God of War, Uncharted, those kind of things, and then with the Star Wars feel. And I mean, if that's true, I don't know how you can mess that up. So I would then say, I think it's going to be a very, very pleasurable game to play. So I'm very excited about it. I don't know if it'll be the greatest Star Wars game of all time. I truly loved the first Force Unleashed game. I really loved Battlefront 2, the first Battlefront 2. Those, I'd say, are my two favorite Star Wars games in general. But I think Jedi Fallen Order is going, I think if it can do everything it's kind of laid out for us, I think it can easily be one of the best Star Wars games out. And then, therefore, I think it's a surefire thing that we're going to get a Jedi Fallen Order 2 probably sooner than we really should if they force Respawn to do it faster than they should. But I definitely think we would get a second one as well. So, Tyler, what do you think about this game?
I actually do think it will be the best Star Wars game. Now, that might not be saying all that much because, like Alex mentioned, I've played Force Unleashed, the original Battlefronts, Jedi Knight 2. Actually, that was re-released now on PS4. Kyle Katarn, I love Kyle Katarn. That, in my opinion, that and Force Unleashed are the best Star Wars games. Battlefront 2, actually, and the original Battlefront 2 was really good also. The new Battlefront 2, I do really like it. It is Star Wars, but I also think because it is mainly a shooter, I don't know, it just doesn't, I don't know, there's something about it that still just doesn't feel like a Star Wars game that I would like with the Jedi Knight and the Force Unleashed. I've never done Knights of the Old Republic. I'm not into those type of games. So really all I can look at is what I have played and what I know is out there. But I do think after, seeing a lot of the gameplay and where they're going with this, with the different planets, the different artifacts, how you can use the Force and, combat in different ways, the lightsaber combat, all of it is really, really good. It looks so much better than what I was imagining before. When you look at the Force Unleashed, which I would say is probably the more recent of the best Star Wars games, this looks like it's like that, but a lot better. Visually, it's like Battlefront 2, which definitely has the best Star Wars visuals to date. It looks very photorealistic. So I feel like it's really pulled, I guess is what I'm saying. I feel like it's really pulled from all of the best Star Wars games. It has the visuals, and probably even updated visuals, of course, from the new Battlefront 2 with that photorealistic look. It does look like Star Wars. You've got Force Unleashed, which did have better combat than Jedi Knight, but Jedi Knight also was kind of unique in a way as well with the dismemberment and you could take out the wall with the dismemberment and just like how you also in that game went to like different planets and there was also different like temples and ruins, very similar to this game. So I really do feel like they've pulled from all of the best games. So I don't really see, and when you look at the not the reviews, but what has been said from people who have got to play behind closed doors the game, that it's pulled from games like God of War, it's pulled from Uncharted and Tomb Raider, and they've mentioned a lot of really, really good games. So, really, it's like they're pulling from the best of the best, pulling from the best of the Star Wars games. That's my opinion, based on what I feel is the best Star Wars games. They're pulling from what is well known as some of the best games to ever release, God of War, Uncharted. So really, it's a winning combo. It's I don't know. I mean, I'm very excited. I truly do think. And last time we talked about, is it a Game of the Year contender? I don't think it'll win Game of the Year, but it definitely will win some awards. That's for sure. It will be there. It will have a spot. And hey, you never know. But I do. I think this may be the best Star Wars game that we will ever have. The only hope is that EA doesn't take the success, and we've talked about that in the last video. Hopefully they don't take the success and then end up kind of ruining it. So it's possible that this will end up being the best Star Wars game ever, and it might stay being the best Star Wars game ever. But, we'll have to see how that goes. But I am very, very excited. And obviously, after I play it and we have some videos, I'll let you know if I think that it is or not the best Star Wars game that we've ever gotten.
So let us know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? What are your favorite Star Wars games of all time? And do you think Jedi Fallen Order could compete with that? Let us know. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And like Tyler said, we're going to have loads of videos starting this weekend and into next week. We'll have loads of Jedi Fallen Order videos covering the game, talking, discussion videos, and also talking a little bit specifically about the game as well. So loads of content in Jedi Fallen Order coming up. Thank you all so much for watching this community series that we've been doing every single week. You guys have been awesome, and we hope to see you all on future videos.